Hello YouTube, this is Michael from We's Into Snakes, and today I've created a mess. So what I'm doing today is, here in our front room I have what I call displayed reptiles. I have a couple snakes out here, two corn snakes. I actually have a leopard gecko that I'm gonna move out here from the reptile room. I have a red eye crocodile skink, and two bearded dragons, as well as a frill dragon, out here in the front room. So what I'm doing is I'm moving some of these reptiles that we have in the smaller enclosures and making them, or putting them in larger enclosures, making them larger habitats. I've already taken Cornelius, our corn snake. This was his enclosure here. I think this is like a 20-gallon. I think that's what it is. It's considered like a 20-gallon. It's like 30 inches long. I moved them up to, this is Cornelius's new enclosure. This is a 40-gallon. And one thing is I really like these open front opening enclosures. It makes it so much nicer to be able to take care of them and everything else. But I moved him up to this 40-gallon. He seems to he's been moving around checking it out, and he seems to really like it. So next is, I have a small corn snake here. She is a snow motley, and I'm going to go ahead and get another 40-gallon to put here and set up her enclosure. So stick around, I'll show you basically what we do. This tank has been setting for a little while, so I'm going to go ahead and get the dust out of it, and then just for precaution, I like to spray them down with chlorhexidine, just to make sure that they're good and sanitized on the inside. So I'll go ahead and knock that out real quick. So we already have like a heat pad on the bottom of it. So what I like to do is actually take the probe. Let me see what I did with my foil tape. Here it is. What I like to do is I like to take the probe with a thermostat, which is already setting under here. And I'll take this foil tape and put it on the probe, not covering the whole end of it. I'll leave like a little bit of it out. Twirl it around a little bit, and then actually put that probe somewhere close to the center of the heat pad. Some people actually like to put it on the inside of the enclosure, put it on inside the glass on top of the heat pad. That way you're getting a temperature actually in the enclosure. I think basically if you take the temp from inside the enclosure, you can adjust your thermostat up or down for the same effect. Plus, when you're doing this, if you were to feed a live rodent, which some, we like to feed frozen thawed, but some of our reptiles will not, or we haven't been able to get them switched over to frozen thawed. So some of them will eat only live rodents. Like Cornelius will only eat a live mouse. We've tried getting him to eat a frozen thawed mouse, but he just to this point has refused. So we'll keep working on it. Maybe we can get him switched over to frozen thawed. But this just makes it easier. So the only wire you're really going to have in there is for your light. And and you don't really need a light, but I like to have one just because they are displays. With your light up here, your rodent's not going to, hopefully it's not going to get all the way up there somehow to get to that. So, like I said, with you take the temp in there, or I usually put a thermometer or a humidity gauge / thermometer like this inside, so that I can see what the temp is anyway, and then I can raise or lower the temperature of the thermostat according to what I need. We also, as you can see, we put heat lamps on the top. What I'm going to need to do here on this, I will need to raise this so that I can get the thermostat in here. So that's what I'll do next. I'll take this down so that I can put the thermostat on there. I mean the heat lamp. Go ahead and put there. Okay, we have the heat lamp hooked up. Yep, getting good and warm. The thermostat for the heat pad. The heat pad is on, warming up. So we'll have this up to temp here shortly. It's pretty warm in this room anyway as it is, so should be good. So we're going to go ahead and just start adding some enrichment to the enclosure itself. I really like these little stumps. The snakes seem to like them too, so put one of those in there. And then I'll put another hide over here in this other corner. You know what? I kind of did Cornelius like that. So let me go ahead and switch it up a little bit. Put this one over here. Add a little bit of woodwork in there. Something for them to crawl on. Also, it's got some nice edges on it for them to shed. Work on shed. Add a little water bowl. And then go ahead and take her plant out of there. Add a little greenery to it. Might try to get some more to add to it. bring this enclosure. Got the cord still hooked onto it. She's still a wee little thing, and this enclosure is going to be probably overkill for her, but here she is here. Like I said, she's a snow motley. Like I said, it's probably a little bit overkill as far as size right now. She really doesn't need to go to anything this big. She's just so pretty though. But I figured while I was upgrading them, I'd go ahead and put her in a larger enclosure as well. Another few months I'd be changing it out again, so go ahead and put her in here. And give her some water. Some more greenery here. And then we're just gonna kind of let her explore a little bit. So pretty much as far as the temp wise, I like to keep them somewhere around 88 degrees, you know, as far as on the hot side. Of course you have a cooler side over here. Of course they don't need nowhere near the humidity that a ball python needs, so that's why we use the aspen instead of cocoa blocks. But get her all set up now. I just need to clean up some of this stuff. Go ahead and clean up her enclosure that she came out of, and then I'm gonna set them up here. I'll probably put the leopard geckos up here. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's how we go ahead and set them up, and I'm sure that she will thrive in there. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of it cleaned up. This rack put back in place, and I'll do a shot of once I get it all back in place. I'm not sure that I'm going to go ahead and do the leopard gecko enclosures today. I might, I don't know. But anyway, I'll get those set up later on. I'll get all this in place, and yeah, I think that's going to be about it for the day. All right. So here's kind of a up close video of Era's cage, and again, she's a snow motley, and you see her back here in the corner. She's still exploring around a little bit, curious. What you doing, girl? And this is Cornelius. Without those little shoestrings, it's harder to open that thing one-handed. You can see what I'll do is I'll go ahead and take all the power cords and everything else, and go ahead and get them all straightened out and cleaned up a little bit instead of being in a jumbled mess. And Cornelius is already dug in somewhere. He is not in here. It's down in that substrate somewhere. So there's his new home. So there you have it. We got two larger enclosures set up for our corn snakes. Again, this is Cornelius, our male corn snake, and this is my wife's female corn snake, Era. We decided to go ahead and move them up into larger enclosures. I had the enclosures already, so you know, figured about time we go ahead and move them up. She could have waited a little while, but I figured while I was doing it, I'd go ahead and knock it out and get this one done as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I do have foil tape on the top of these enclosures. I basically have the foil tape on there because when I had the ball pythons in here, it helped keep humidity in the enclosure. I'm gonna just go ahead and leave it on there for right now. I don't think it'll really affect anything. Maybe if anything, it'll keep the heat in there a little bit better. But if I find that it's causing any effect that I don't like or undesirable effect, I'll go ahead and pull it off. So anyway, that's it for this video. I appreciate you watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And of course, if you have any comments or suggestions, love to hear from you. Go ahead and comment below, and we'll get back with you. So I really appreciate everybody watching. Thank you. See you next time.